active Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers. Welcome to your 8-card draw. What do I need read from this beautiful full to new March 2023. There's a lot to say. I am your reader for the moment, Angelo Lyons, Mal for short. They're my initials, professional witch. Professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Production since 1998, almost 25 years in service, Drawing the Circle as of May 1st, 2023. Really excited about that. I'm also the author of Words of Grace, From a Professional Witch, my only published book at the moment on Kindle, and there is a link in the description box if you would like to check it out. Click the link, you can preview a good chunk of it for free, and if you are visiting our lovely description box here on Drawing the Circle's YouTube channel, you can check out the link for my Patreon, patreon.com/drawingthecircle, where I stream every morning. All of my subscribers get an unlisted YouTube live stream link so they can chat with me really every morning. Haven't missed a day in a really long time, talking about the day's astrological weather, the spiritual implications of that weather, the magical applications, always ending with a little prayer, a little blessing, a little something to send us on our way. And honestly, it is my favorite way to start the day, and apparently my subscribers too, because they keep showing up every month. So I'm really digging it over there. All of my subscribers get the daily check-ins as well, at least at the time of this recording. They get all the extended readings, the part 2s to the part 1s and the dailies. 8 levels at the moment: Seeker, Human, Hero, Angel, Witch, Immortal, Mystic, God, Goddess is the top tier as one. They get everything. It's quite a nice spectrum of benefits and stuff there you can check out. So I'm having a field day, building a lovely community. So if you want a deeper dive, more magic, more miracles, more mysticism, more Mal, more daily check-ins, more extended reads, all for one price per month, come Patreon on Patreon, because I'm the Archangel Alliance, Angelo Lyons, but Aries, just call me Mal. And it is shadow read time. Doing my thing a little bit different. Every time I do a series, I try and up it a little bit, take it to the next level. So if you are new to the channel, and this is new to you, an 8-card draw is just one card from 8 different decks, getting you clues, tips, and hints about really anything I could find to any client or any situation. But in this case, we are using it for a 2-week period, a waning moon from full to new, March 2023. Now, I usually have this in front of me. I adjusted the camera, so now I can just have it right here, so I ain't got to squint in this light. We are looking at the full moon in Virgo, Tuesday, March 7th, 7:40 a.m. Eastern. I am in New York, right? So you can wake up in that on a Tuesday morning. Any kind of magic done on Tuesday, the day of Mars, can be for the self, for moving forward, fast stuff, magic, intentions, all of that, making then the releasing, the letting go, the shadow work. This is why this is called a shadow read, right? Going into the stuff within, releasing the stuff we need to let go of in order so that at the new moon in Aries we can plant. Also on a Tuesday, new moon in Aries, a big deal, right? It's all of that Mars energy lined up, right? So we'll talk about it when we start getting cards on the table, but it is about your personal alchemy, lead and gold, fear and love, shadow to light, so that you are prepared to plant that seed on the new moon in Aries, Tuesday, March 21st, 1:23 p.m. Also, the reason why I have this now on the table instead of front of me is because there's quite a bit of interesting astrology if you know your personal astrology. Saturn goes into Pisces on the 7th, the same day as the full moon, which means it's saying goodbye to Aries, right? So you made it through your Saturn return, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus sign. On the 16th of March, Venus enters Taurus. So if you have any planets in Taurus or Earth signs, there's a trine. It could be an opposite depending on all of that. Mercury then goes into Aries. This is why I wanted to make sure I mentioned this on the 19th, which is important. But it changes signs every month or so, depending on retrogrades, etc. And the big one, on the 20th, the day before the new moon, we have vernal equinox, first day of spring. Ostara to my witchy, pagan, magical brothers and sisters out there. So we are really looking at a very, very intense 2-week period, keeping in mind that the 3 days before new moon is dark moon, when the shadow kicks, right? It's the end of the cycle, the death before the rebirth. So that's what these readings are for, so that you can travel a more golden rather than leaded timeline, healthier rather than toxic, right? More loving than fearful, bit by bit by bit, over a 2-week period. You know, you try and do it all at once. It can be very cataclysmic and painful, but shadow work, if you do a little bit of it every day and be very kind and gentle with yourself, you may find that you transform at a much more comfortable, in quotes, comfortable, discomfort is part of it. It's how you know what the shadow is, I guess, so that you can just be happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser, all the time, little by little by little. You with me? So it is a general read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Check your other signs. I recommend looking at the titles of the other videos if you're interested in Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, cross watchers in particular. This is important. If you watch this reading for a cross watcher, you will understand what they are trying to deal with, most likely struggling with, so that they can triumph, right? But if you apply this information to yourself through the holographic unity of the quantum, timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly, you will be able to help them heal, as well as help the entire Aries collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers do the same for a more golden world, where, you know, just better for everybody. Yeah. So both feet on the floor if you can, focus on your breath if you will, and I will do the best I can to help you get the guidance, the grace, the love, the wisdom, and the power encoded within the words, and hopefully keep you entertained. I like to keep the shadow reads light. A little spoonful of humor makes the shadow work go down sometimes in a much better way, in a most delightful way. And the shift, you see, from explanation, all this I got to do every single time, to divination, which is really, truly my soul art. That happens in a lovely 2-word spell called Still Point. Ready? Please take a nice deep breath. Still Point. And here we go. Using the Caroline Mace archetype deck, I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine. For the Aries collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers watching this video and receiving this reading, please, beloved pantheons, what is the soul power, the archetype in the 8th chakra of the Aries collective and or the cross-watchers that they need to alchemize from shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, toxic to healthy, pain to pleasure, that could be on there too, right? Perdition to paradise, poverty to prosperity. Give it to us for the Aries and the cross-watchers this full to new March 2023. The Queen! Oh, darling. Oh, your Majesty. Your Majesty. No, Your Majesty. Hello, would you like me to go, Your Majesty? A member of the feminine family of archetypes. There are 9 different families. There's also a masculine family archetype. Our beloved Caroline Mace, M-Y-S-S, she is a PhD, put on these cards a shadow attribute and a light attribute. I use the language of alchemy. Lead to gold, 3 atoms difference, right? Lead, gold, you got to release, let go. You can't create or destroy atoms, believe it or not, right? Energy, matter can't be created or destroyed, only changed or transformed, and that is the alchemy itself. So, the lead of the Queen, I'm sure you're familiar with, becomes arrogant when authority is challenged. Off with their heads. Controlling and demanding. I'm demanding. How dare you? Get him out of my face. How dare you? You're with me. The light attribute radiates the regal feminine, uses her benevolent authority to protect others. The Queen took care of the keep in the castle, right? It was the stuff that is kept while the king went out, you know, and conquered, and the knights were doing their thing, right? She kept the court, right? So she was also the governor of the law, right? She kept the law, the memory of the history of the ancestry and all of that stuff, as well as was usually pretty good at tapestry. Nowadays, very different, right? Because the Queen archetype can show up in all sorts of different forms, like drag queen, like drama queen, right? Anytime you go, oh, Queen, please, right? That's you're invoking that very ancient soul power. I was just talking about this last night on Patreon. We're doing the witch archetype. So we were talking about, you know, there've always been mothers, but the mother of the tribe, even if we're going back to, like, I don't know, I don't want to say Stone Age, but you get the idea, cave people times, that dominant female, the mother of the tribe, would be the queen that we would call it today, and of course with the king. So that's the skeleton of this read. Let's see what flesh goes on those bones as we're going to look at the next 4 chakras down, right? So this is hovering over the head of the Aries and or the cross watcher, sending down codes to all of the other chakras, right? The lessons to learn, shifting what you attract and what you repel so that you no longer delay what cannot be prevented, right? Because how many times you want to keep coming back for this stuff, right? I mean, there are other places to explore in this universe and extra dimensionally, and that's kind of where we come from. So let's see what the Daughters of the Moon Tarot and my Goddesses of Fire have to say about what you need to know about on the inside, the internal, the feminine, because throat chakra minimum, it's your choice, your will or your won't to heal this, alchemize it, blah, blah, blah. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. And here we go. I call upon my Goddesses of Fire, the sign of Aries, powers of the South. Please, beloved Goddesses of cardinal creative fire, 1 card in clarity for the Aries collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers watching this video, receiving this reading. What do they need to be aware of? Inside, the inside, goddess energy, internal, heart, throat, third eye, crown, dynamic, to alchemize this queen archetype from shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, toxic to healthy, this full to new. Now, by the way, you can have an archetype, a reason, a season, or a lifetime. Literally from womb to tomb, lifetime can come and go in a day. That's a reason, but can come many times throughout a year, come and go in a day. But a season out of a, let's say, 80-year life could be a 20 or 30-year period. So, Queen in the 8th. Whoa! The Judgment card in this deck called Celebration. Something is revealed, right? Looks like women circle dancing in the mountains, and it does look like that until you look again and something is revealed. They are dancing around the navel of the Earth Mother, right? And breasts in the foreground, pubic mound. You see it now? It's like, oh. So something is revealed when it's a major arcana card in an 8-card draw like this. That's all of those chakras unifying. So it's not just third eye. That's where people think revelation happens. Well, not if the crown ain't open, and not if you can't chew on it, right? And not if your heart's not open. The heart is necessary to get up that high in vibration, to see, to have something revealed inside of you. That's the feminine energy, feminine family archetype. This is not about bodily gender at all, nor is the king only relegated to males. No. These are symbolic. Keep that in mind, because now we're going to look at the masculine energy with the Mythic Tarot by Juliet Sherman Burke, looking at the lower 3 chakras. Your relationships in the physical world, you looking at yourself from the outside, right? The outside in. Maybe you looking from the inside out at people, places, and things. Let's see what hits the table to help you with this shadow work. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. As I call upon my gods of fire, sign of Aries, powers of the South, please, beloved gods, divine masculines of cardinal creative fire, the Ram. Hello, Ram Tough. 1 card in clarity, please, for the Aries collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers watching this video, receiving this reading, lower 3 chakras, outside in. Come on, everybody. Inside out, relationships in the physical world. What do they need to be aware of to alchemize the queen from shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, toxic to healthy? Revelation, judgment on the inner, this full to new. Knight of Wands. This could be you from the outside looking in. This could be you dealing with somebody with a flair, a flavor, a touch, probably more than a touch of Sagittarius energy. Mutable fire. The Knight of Wands. Bellerophon, the hero in Greek myth, riding Pegasus, killing the Chimera. Ants or otherwise. Woo, hunter, hunter. Yeah, you know, very, very playful. This 9th house dynamic, spirituality, expansion, long distance travel, expanding the mind, ruled by Jupiter, the gas giant, right? The largest planet in our solar system. The sun is not a planet, it's a star. There's a difference. So mutable fire, changeable fire. Now, you do have a queen in the 8th and a knight on the outer, so we're still dealing with that sort of royal vibe here. Any archetype could have been there, but the relationship between a queen and a knight with some sort of celebration, revelation happening here on the inner, that could be you from the outside looking in at yourself, kind of like seeing something and being inspired and galloping forward, lots of desires. Like arrows, you know, flaming arrows, arrows of fire. Got your chakras on the table. We're going to get you a Matt Kahn Healing Mantra deck card to help with the shadow work. But these mantras, in my experience, work really well with the chakras. If you add breath work or, you know, energy tapping or, you know, whatever you do, chant them, make songs out of them. But let's ask the Ascended Masters about this. The Queen archetype could be about anything, so we'll go General Assembly. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Those ocean sounds are so great. As I call upon the Ascended Masters of the General Assembly. Please, beloved ones, we've got the Queen in the 8th. We've got the Judgment card, Celebration on the inner, Knight of Wands, Mutable Fire on the outer for this Aries Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Sign, and Cross Watcher 8-card draw shadow read. What do they need? What is the perfect healing mantra to help them alchemize the shadow light, the lead to gold, the pain to peace of the Queen with celebration and a Sagittarian vibe on the outer? This full to new. Greeting wellness. Balance is the key to a life of infinite miracles. Now the word infinite, it's a lovely word, but we can't really conjure infinity, right? We get the symbol, but that's not the same. This one is the body care one. This one is about getting sleep, taking care of your physical vessel, eating right, exercising, all that stuff that you know you need to do. We all need to do it. But again, this is why free will is so big in this. Greeting wellness. Let me read this to you. No, the lighting's good. I can do this without the magnifying glass. Greeting wellness. Balance is the key to a life of infinite miracles. And of course, that depends upon your definition of miracles. But traditionally, it means something happens that defies natural law or process. When wellness is welcomed, you are taking responsibility for the upkeep and preservation of your body as your sacred vessel of spiritual growth. You feeling it? This could be you. That's like, all right then. So you mean I'll be able to heal a little bit simpler, maybe easier, by taking care of the physical body? Yes, of course. It's a vehicle. It's like a car. Right? You got to put gas in it, change the oil, change the tires, get inspected and all of that. In balance, you may come to see how endless wanting only creates more things to want, like mutable fire. When operating from patterns of instant gratification, because we all know instant gratification is not fast enough. Thank you, Ascended Master Carrie Fisher. When operating from patterns of instant gratification, you are likely chasing after happiness that is out of reach as your body remains out of balance. It's like the finish line is there, you're trying to get there and flat tire, run out of gas, right? This is resolved by learning to care for your body physically, emotionally, energetically, and nutritionally. By learning to care for the body physically, nutritionally, as your life comes into greater balance, you will likely sense true happiness, which is the natural state of the soul, not as an end result of specific outcomes, but as the energy created by taking the time to truly care for yourself. And that is very Aries. No one else. Everybody's got to take care of themselves to a certain extent unless they can't, right? Got it. But in terms of the choices that you make, element of fire, willpower, choices, decisions, just doing that little by little by little over a 2-week period could set you up to handle a high voltage vision on the inside, right? One that you can use for shadow or light, depending, but you know, if you're rested, if you're fed, if you're feeling in alignment, you know, you're gonna be more regal and radiant than tyrannical and a fucking terror, right? One would think. This mantra is ideal for cultivating self-love, Aries, this first house, the self, the personality, improving self-worth, ditto, and letting go of compulsive tendencies, because that's what instant gratification is all about. And I'm not saying I'm completely done with it, because there are so many things that we can do to do that, right? Do the mantra. The universe will bring you what you need, and then you get to choose. Because sometimes they send you things so that you choose no, right? You think it's all going to be yes. It's not that simple, right? Okay, so we got a queen greeting wellness. Ooh, queen. Hi, queen. Let's get you a whisper of love oracle here. The voices of the higher selves of all involved in a general reading. There could be billions of people, but at least for the people doing this, because usually the queen is dealing with other people. Let's see what the higher selves have to say. Whispers of love can turn the party, though. It does have the romancy kind of cards in them. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. As I call upon the higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above, what is the whisper of love? The piece of information, inspiration, insight needed by the Aries collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers watching this video and receiving this reading. To alchemize the queen archetype from shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, toxic to healthy, fear to love, with celebration, revelation on the inner, which could then, of course, set them off, Knight of Wands, onto a journey and adventure on the outer, greeting wellness as they go, because balance is the key to their life of infinite miracles. What do you got from them, for them, higher selves, this full to new? Be authentic to who you are. You're going to love this, particularly in Aries would love this. You are asked to be real and true pertaining to who you are and how you feel. But when you do it in balance, it tends to be, I don't know, a little spoonful of organic raw honey to make the medicine go down sometimes, if you have to sort of shadow read, right? When you are angry, when you are rageful, right? You be authentic about that without burning down the village, right? So to take the destructive impulse, I mean, this is a Greek hero. They weren't all sweethearts. Can't all be Perseus, I guess, especially the Harry Hamlin version from the 70s. Woof. Nice breechcloth. But to be authentic about who you are, right? In your face, maybe to an extent. But when you're rested, when you're balanced, when you're fed, Aries are the babies of the zodiac. They are. First sign. Sorry. Pisces is the elder. I'm Pisces moon. Trust me, it's not so much fun. It's all neutral. But what are babies like when they're tired, when they're hungry? When they got poopy diapers on? They're nightmares. That's why I don't have kids. I have cats and a company. Thanks, I'm good. So, you know, be authentic to who you are, but how you channel that as a queen. Are you going to have people's heads? Are you going to decapitate people as an Aries? That's sort of like, Aries is ruled by the head. Maybe pick another body part. I don't know. Just don't do it literally. Oh, you can work it out. You know, you can work it out in the dojo if you got it right. Leave it on the dance floor. Journal it and burn it. Journal and burn. Journal burn. You know, get it out in there. But in the meantime, make sure you're, you know, doing the stuff that you need to do. And I would work that mantra because I didn't know which direction to go in when I first started working with this deck and that card. My God, 3 years ago. And then they show me, like when I go food check, I'm like, I usually get that. But no, why does that feel different, more intuitive? And look, the archer, the hunter, right? Sending you out. A queen knight. That sounds like fun. Sorry, I'm having history of the world. French Revolution, flashbacks. Mel Brooks, not, past lives, but, both could be true. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you're going to do the shadow work, you might as well have your spirit animals and totems because they're with you anyway. The difference between spirit animals and totems is like this. Think of Lassie, the dog, right? How many dogs played Lassie, right, in the movies and the TV and all of that? A lot, right? Those are all spirit animals, individual spirit animals. The totem of the dog is the sum total of all canines that have ever been, not the lupines, not the wolves. They all are different totemic vibes. But you get the idea. So, using the Divine Animals Oracle by Stacey DeMarco. Let's see what hits the table. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. As I call upon the spirit animals and totems. There you are. For the Aries Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers watching this video and receiving this reading, please, who walks with them, who swims with them, who flies with them, who crawls with them, giving them the guidance, the grace, the wisdom, the power, the love, the support, and the protection they need to alchemize. Oh, and the oracle message, obviously. So they can alchemize the queen from shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, toxic to healthy, revelation, celebration, the judgment card on the inner, Sagittarius, Knight of Wands on the outer, greeting, wellness, balance is the key to a life, their life of infinite miracles as they are authentic to who they are. What is your guidance, your grace, your love, your wisdom, your power for the Aries this full to new? Oh, you got the fruit bat, the flying fox. Ooh, you flying fox, you. And though bats are creatures of air, the fox is usually considered a creature of fire. I know my Naruto. I'm not that old. Card number 12. Teachers in that thing are hot. And they've got special powers. Who don't like that? There we go. Card number 12. They hide the numbers in this deck, but it's so gorgeous. And there's so much info in this bookie book. I'm just going to read you the first part and the last part. A verbal description and the type of magic should you choose to dip a, I guess, wing. We'll see. Card number 12, fruit bat, you big fruit bat, and flying fox. Oh, it sounds like a 70s buddy movie. Kindness. Kindness is your key word. Choose kindness, queen, which isn't always the easy way. Kindness will always be repaid. Consider others in your decisions, especially those with less power than you. Don't punch down. If you got to punch, punch up. Just saying. Repay your debts. Spread the seeds of goodwill and your fortunes will grow. For a queen, with the knight, with this internal revelation, being authentic. And this could very well bring financial miracles, because we are looking at a life of infinite miracles. If it's not in the infinity, it doesn't exist, and it can't be infinity. You get maybe what I'm saying. The magic. Fruit bats are a vital part of the ecosystem, because they have an ecosystem, their sonar ecosystem. Ensuring seeds are spread and fertility of the land is secured. The energy here is one of fertility and plentiness. Invite flying fox into your workings when you wish to invoke more kindness or fertility, because it is kind of saying that kindness does make fertile ground. But kindness to yourself, start there. Isn't that part of the emotional and energetic coming into balance, right? Taking care of yourself. Like, oh man, I only did 6,000 sit-ups. I was supposed to do 10,000. Bad Aries. No, you go, it's all right. It's all right. Every day is a winding road. We get a little bit closer, which though is the crow, not the fruit bat, but whatever. All right. 2 more to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to remove some obstacles with the Whispers of Lord Ganesh by Angela Hartfield. Right? Angela Hartfield? I always get her confused with the other one. Yeah, Angela Hartfield. Her Daughters of the Moon, her Whispers of Love Oracle is also on the table. This one we will be doing the bookie book for, because this is the Hindu elephant-headed god of success and prosperity, We've seen that indicated there with the fertility and all of that. This could be a financial read. But he is also known as the remover of obstacles. And he's wonderful. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. My beloved Lord Ganesh, please. One card in clarity. For the Aries collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and cross watchers watching this video and receiving this reading, please. One card in clarity. What is your guidance, your grace, your love, your wisdom, your power for the Aries collective and the cross watchers to help them alchemize the Queen archetype from shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, toxic to healthy, poverty to prosperity? Feels like some, in a general read, that's on the table here. With celebration, revelation, judgment on the inner, Knight of Wands on the outer, greeting, wellness, infinite miracles as by being authentic to who they are with kindness, starts within, then spreads without. What is your guidance, your grace, your wisdom, your message to the Aries this new to full embrace? Embrace. This is a really sweet card. You guys see the artwork. I love it. He's snuggling a mousy. Aww. You know, elephants and mice. That's the myth, is that the elephants are terrified of mice. And here, Ganesh is like, no, he's my bud. Back up, dude. Card number 11. Hits you with the trunk. I wonder if he carries junk in his trunk. Must be some sneeze. Anyway, you know, being a god and all. You know, everybody's got their journey, I suppose. Card number 11, breathe in the embrace of Lord Ganesh. Card number 11, embrace. Believe in yourself and others to discover a deeper importance to your being. Are you a leader? Aries usually are. Much to the horror and terror of those around them if they're in the lead. Oh yeah, I've dated a bunch of you. Recognize that your interactions with others are important. Healthy relationships require a lot of work to maintain them. In many parts of the world, hugging is recognized as a familiar kind of greeting, in addition to being a matter of acknowledgement or support and reassurance for someone else. Ganesha is encouraging you to maintain a compassionate heart. Be nurturing towards yourself and others. There will be a lot to be gained from seeing things from a practical or down-to-earth perspective when it comes to dealing with others or pertaining to your present circumstance. Focus on creating a balanced life for yourself. Remember that more can be accomplished when you are serene. That's that balance in the greeting wellness. It's like emotional, mental, physical, spiritual balance, the holistic model. Keep your wits about you while you determine the best course of action and seek simple solutions to fix the problem with minimal fuss. Now, this is what they're showing me. This could be a matriarch in a family, or, you know, it does not have to be literally feminine, female, I should say, right? This could be a boss at work. This could be a leader of a circle of friends, because there's usually an alpha, right? Depending on the relationship of the people involved, thank you, a hug can symbolize familiarity, love, affection, or friendship. A person may hug another in show of support, comfort, or to console. There is an exchanging of energy that takes place as you give and receive at the same time. Wow, balance, right? You're giving and receiving. The beautiful thing about that kind of love is that the more you give it away, the stronger it is within you. In a way, the more you give it away, the more you have it. Right? It's very Course in Miracles, but, you know, I'm a miracle witch. Hey, I'm an eclectic. I'll do what I want. You're not my dad. You're not my real dad. Thank you, Pound Cake. Let's get our last card on the table, The Blessed Bee by Lucy Cavendish. Love this book. It's a book of, well, it's a deck, obviously, but the book is full of prayers in there, which is my first language. Oh, dear God. That's the one I go to. But to reveal the gold hidden within the lead, the blessing that this is already in play, right? There's already a hidden blessing here. Gold within the lead. So to give you a little clue, a little tip, a little hint, some light at the end of the shadow tunnel, emerging hopefully at that new moon in your sign, Aries of all things, so that you really get to nail this. This feels very singular, like this is really about the Aries. But the queen obviously interacts, right? And can be very much a leader. So a queen who authentically hugs in kindness, who wouldn't want to just, respect that, right? And play along, right? And go along with it. So let's get the pantheons of all pantheons. Yeah, we're going international. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. As I call upon the pantheons of all pantheons, please, a delegation from all traditions, lineages, and cultures for the Aries Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and cross watchers watching this video and receiving this reading, please. What is the hidden blessing? The gold within the lead, to maybe make this a little bit more specific in a general reading, although this does seem to be trending more prosperity, financial there, and yet there are relationships involved, right? You can't eat the money. You have to interact with people. I mean, if that's your diet, I don't know how much wellness that's going to create. Definitely eating wealth, and if not creating wellness. So please, beloved ones, what is your guidance, your grace, your love, your wisdom, your power, the hidden blessing, the lead within gold to help the Aries Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, and cross watchers alchemize the Queen archetype for shadow light, lead to gold, celebration, judgment, revelation on the inner, Knight of Pentacles on the outer, greeting wellness, being authentic, in kindness, and embracing themselves and others with a compassionate heart. This full to new. A blessing on your family. Yes, but family, it doesn't just mean biological, right? I've got families of friends. That's why I named my company Drawing the Circle, because I know how I'm in so many different circles of friends. I love drawing them together. Spiritual Events Corporation. Oh my God, we're a S corporation. I wish we were an LLC, but that was still a dream in somebody's head back in 1998. This definitely feels like someone in a matriarchal position, but remember that I always want to stress, archetypes are not literal. They are symbolic. If it happens to be literal, excellent. It tends to make more sense. But this is a bit more of a deeper dive. So what card are we looking at here? Card number 15. Blessing on your family. Apparently she's got unicorns in her family because that kid had her knee. Bit horny. It's unicorny. Oh, I opened right to it. A blessing on your family. We'll take that as a synchronicity. Please take a nice deep breath. Told you I can keep a shadow read light. Still point. Pantheons of the divine. Please transmit. Card number 15. A blessing on your family. A blessing to bring to those you are most closely connected with, to invoke the healing powers of relationship where love is the motivating force that binds each to the other. When blood sings to blood, even across the miles we hear its call. There are families who are estranged from each other, for they gaze upon each other as strangers, unalike, unfathomable in their personal differences. Yet when we begin to unravel the mystery of family, we may find a place in our life where we begin to grow close again. May you see reflected in your eyes the light that shone in those that gazed down upon you as a child. A flame of courage that can be lit from within. That's very Aries, the child of flame. Feel within you the unyielding strength of the family members who have traveled the world in search of safe harbor for you, their descendants. They're talking about your ancestors. However your family has formed itself, scattered across vast distances, with interests and people and careers that seem incompatible and incredible to have sprung from the same tree. May the roots of the family now become clear to you. May you discern the strong bonds, and may the closeness of the blood give you qualities to draw upon. May there be gatherings where you begin to feel the truth of kinship you share, and may each of you be there for each other when needy times come, as they do to us all. May there be affection, warmth, understanding of who you have been, and interest always in who you are becoming, and acceptance of who you will be. May family always be gentle with you and provide a place to sleep and be nourished when all else about you seems cold and without kindness. Why do I feel like I'm talking to some drag mothers out there in terms of the drag family? May family see the very best in you and draw it out and cheer you on as you make your way through the world. May your family heal over time, for all families have their stumbling places where we falter and do not do our best. May there be blessings of warm arms about you. Cheers for your success. Yay! Restoration when you are weary, and acceptance when you feel you are unlike anything else in this world. May the love of family bring back to you the trust in the universe and a loving place where you can say, this is who I have come from. These are the people who know me best. This is who I will care for and who will care for me in return. And if this family is not found in blood, may it be found in the relationships between those who are soul family to you. And may the bonds deepen and last and hold you, all one to the other, all the days of this beautiful and mysterious life. Blessed be, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done. So motivate. So it is. Wow, that embrace and that blessing on your family. But remember, it's family, much larger context, just like this need not necessarily be in a biological, physical, born, whatever. You do you. Did you like it? Hit the thumbs up and like it. I'm no longer monetized on YouTube. So all it does is help other people find the reading in the algorithm, the logarithm, whatever the hell that is. But you know why I don't really care that much anymore? Because I'm on Patreon. YouTube was my gateway drug to Patreon. Maybe it's yours. I love my Patreon. It is such a creative thrill for me on the regular, not 24/7, 365, to create content for people who really feel drawn to my work intuitively, spiritually, and we're having a field day. I am the fun one. I've been in the spiritual, metaphysical, pagan, new agey thing since the 80s, literally working retail and making my way to where I am now. So if you want the deeper dive, the daily check-ins, the extended readings, come Patreon on Patreon with the Archangel, the Lyons, Angelo, Lyons, that Aries just call Mal. Bam! And if you want to book me for a private reading, because at this point I'm literally taking clients from all over the place, all over the globe pretty much, some places we haven't hit yet, haven't had internet yet, that might be hard. There is a link in the description box, a video that I made a couple of years ago. I'm going to try and remake it this year because I'm changing my prices. May 1st, our 25th anniversary, going to up it a little bit. It's been $100 for a reading, an hour reading for 25 years. I think it's about time. Booking a reading with Mal, link in the description box will explain everything you need to know about booking a reading with Mal, but perhaps we're afraid to ask because it does happen on occasion, rarely with Aries, but you know, maybe it's an Aries moon. It's deep down. Otherwise, seriously, wishing you all the very best and the very blessed with the shadow work. Reach out, ask for help, and work, queen, work. Heal, hail, farewell, and blessed be.